All right, so as I dive into the emotional soup, we're going to start with lost, L-O-S-T. So if you feel a connection to that word, great. Go ahead and allow yourself to feel it. If you don't worry about it. Whatever you've got going on, we will address it during the alchemy. So much of the time anymore, I just don't feel like I have an anchor. Everything always seems like it's in some type of upheaval. Various degrees of instability and danger. It's like I feel like I can't take a breath. And it seems like so many of us are just holding our breath all the time. I want to have some type of focus and some type of direction, but I just feel like I'm surviving. It's like I'm in a gear that's just survive, survive, survive. So it makes me directionless. Surely life is supposed to be more than just survival. And because I feel this sense of needing to survive constantly, whether it's survive some type of external danger, survive my internal environment, I can't even think about anything beyond that. And so much of the time, it just feels like there's not even a point beyond that. And I'm sick of it. I just want to feel some sense of peacefulness. Because I can tell that in feeling peaceful, there would be some type of direction forward. In a direction forward, I wouldn't feel lost. I would feel like at least I had something to connect to, like I had some type of purpose, instead of just spinning my wheels in mud, sinking. And amidst this feeling of needing to survive, it's so hard for me to know who to trust, what to trust, what to do. what to even be. And it seems like there's no answers. For being in a time of so much information, having access to so much information, the answers seem very rare. And without answers, I also feel lost. Like I'm swimming in a bunch of questions. Questions about the world, questions about my life, questions about my health, questions about others, questions about my kids, my grandkids, questions about my job. There's so many questions. And having so many questions and just being honest about the fact that I have so many questions and so little answers, this makes me feel even more unstable. Ultimately, I just want to feel like I have some type of direction forward. And I want to feel some type of passion engaged in me to help move me forward so that I don't feel like I'm dragging myself. And that's how I feel so much of the time, like I'm dragging myself around. And I'm exhausted from being exhausted and from dragging myself around. The energy has changed into exhausted. This isn't right, is it? I'm not supposed to feel exhausted all the time. Even if I'm sleeping enough, I still feel exhausted. It's like there's this constant heaviness, this perpetual pressure weighting down the inside of me. It's a struggle just to get out of it. And quite frankly, I often don't get out of it. I just live life anyway. But it's like carrying around giant bags of water, just sloggy, heavy, thick. I try to examine, why am I so exhausted? I suppose there's a lot to contribute to exhaustion. Being lost in itself can contribute to my exhaustion. Spending all of that energy just trying to figure out which way to go or what to do. Like constant thinking creates exhaustion, and perpetual questions with no answers. My anger creates the exhaustion, my frustration. And I get angry and frustrated that I'm exhausted, which makes me more exhausted. Like this awful cycle. And I want so deeply to be full of life, to be buoyant. To have that bounciness like kids do. The energy has changed into desire. I want to feel happy to be alive. I want to wake up in the morning and feel genuinely thankful to have woken up. I want pep in my step. I want to feel a connection to my life that invigorates me and inspires me. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel free. I want to feel like I can breathe and move and just be myself. And for life to be okay, just me being myself. I want to have faith that the world is okay. I want to have faith that I'm okay, that others are okay. I want to feel trusting more than I feel fearful. I want to feel energetic and lively. I want to feel ease and flexibility and resiliency. I want to feel and see justice. I want to feel the truth permeate everything. I want to feel unity and connectivity. I want to feel proud of myself and proud of others. I want to feel accepting of myself and accepting of others. I want to look forward to things. And feel an anticipation inside me that's anticipating something good, something wonderful. I want to feel safe and secure. while feeling simultaneously completely free. I think most of all, I want to feel trusting. Because if I feel trusting, I'll just relax. I really want to feel relaxed. Even if I'm busy, I just want to feel relaxed while I'm busy. I want to feel like I can make a wrong move and it'll be all right. The energy's changing. Into acceptance. At least when I say these out loud and I hear these out loud, I can accept that these really are the things I want, and I can accept that I don't always feel this way. I don't always feel these wonderful things. I accept that there's space in between what I feel and what I want. And as I have evaluated what I want, at least now I have a path. Understanding and knowing what I want helps me feel less lost, less confused. At least if I know what I want, I can problem solve toward it. I can make moves toward it. It might not be in the way I thought it should be. But if I truly examine what I want and allow myself to honestly interact with what I want and honestly investigate how to achieve what I want and be open to new possibilities about what I want and how to get there, being less rigid, more exploratory, I can experience new doorways opening for me. And I accept that they may not be the doorways I thought they would. They may not be the doorways I even wanted them to be. And I may have to deal with disappointment about that, but I am capable of doing that. I'm capable of moving toward what I want in different ways. The energy is changed into capability. As I evaluate all these things, I realize that so much of my suffering comes from my lack of belief in myself, my ability to create what I want. It's like there's all these stories running inside of me about why I can't have what I want. All these stories about how it'll never get better. I can't make it better for myself. But those are just stories. Just because it's a story I hear or tell myself or believe doesn't mean it's true. Perhaps I really am capable of achieving all of these different things I want, especially since what I want, when I really break it down, it's internal. I attach outside things to it, but ultimately, what I really want, I can always whittle it down into its emotional, internal aspect. I want to feel safe. I want to feel happy. I want to feel free. And I attach things to that. If this happens, I'll feel this way. If this occurs, I'll feel this way. Those are stories. What if I don't need that thing to happen to feel that way? What if generating the feeling that I want is more simple than requiring outside forces to perfectly align with my wishes? What a relieving thought that is. If I want to feel free, what moves can I make to feel more free? How can I allow my internal guidance system to lead me in the direction of more freedom? I'm capable of allowing that, and I'm capable of not fighting it. If I want to feel proud of myself, what direction can I move? What things can I do? What type of actions can I take? How can I involve myself and cultivate my character through the simplest of interactions to feel proud of myself? If I want to feel safe, what direction can I move? What can I understand about my feelings of unsafety? What can I whittle that down to? What exactly do I feel unsafe about? And is there anything I can do about that? In other words, I'm capable of always finding my power and my abilities, my capabilities within anything I'm wanting to create for myself. It's a story that outside forces are responsible. If I want to feel loved, perhaps I need to examine the way I'm treated by others and by myself. And make moves towards more loving relationships. If I want to feel connected, perhaps I can make an effort to connect. To really feel the heart of people. To seek to connect with the most gentle ones. And perhaps connection doesn't even require talking, just feeling, just appreciating. And if I want to feel healthy, perhaps I need to make moves in the directions of better health. Perhaps I can examine the ways in which I'm damaging my health, the ways in which I'm not loving my health, and change those things. And if I'm feeling a lack of purpose, perhaps I could pick anything to do that's just a simple act of kindness for someone else. Perhaps I can spark a sense of purpose in me. The beautiful thing is there's always ways to improve our well-being through our own interactions, just with ourselves. And as we learn to tweak the tiniest things and to train ourselves to move in the direction of what we want, it can become habit. Until we're generating those feeling states ourselves easily and naturally. The energy is changed into accountability. Through this process, I do realize that so much of the time I'm putting power in something outside of me's hands. That something outside of me has that power to break me or lift me up, or make me whole. But in fact, the majority of everything that occurs in my life is my own interaction with myself. Even if I have a negative interaction with someone else, the majority of what I end up experiencing is my own inner dialogue and emotions about the interaction. So am I causing myself damage? Or am I nourishing myself in my own interactions? Am I my own best friend in my interactions? Do I treat myself well? Do I nurture myself? Do I offer compassion to my heartbreak? Or do I whip myself about it? Do I have a gentleness with myself? Or harshness and aggressiveness and cruelty? Am I compassionate to the pain I'm feeling? Or annoyed with myself for having it? I can feel so easily that so much of my suffering would vanish if only I would just be gentle with myself. And encourage myself, because I know I'm trying to figure it all out. I know I'm trying. I might not be meeting my expectations, but can I shift that focus into at least understanding that I'm meeting my expectations of trying, and if I'm not, then just require myself to meet my own expectations of trying, but not necessarily meet expectations that I don't have control over. Meaning, expect effort from myself, but be more lenient about the results. Allow cultivation to occur. I am accountable for the cruelty or gentleness I offer myself. I am accountable for cultivating a friendship with myself. I have no control over others, and I don't have control over what's happening in the world, but I do have control and power within me and how I interact with me and how I interact with the world and how I interact with others. And I can interact in ways that make me feel proud of myself. And if I hold that as my main expectation, I won't feel as lost or sad or depressed. I'll feel comforted and hopeful and accepting. And that will create a calm inside me. That's the foundation of meaningful movement. And as I explore this and I feel that relationship between myself and myself, and the softening of my approach with that, I do feel a genuine sense of connection. It helps me feel peaceful and calm. Certainly helps me feel like I'm not alone. And as I allow this interaction with myself, then interact with my life, it becomes harmonious. And all of these states of being that I desire become more and more prevalent and easy and natural and habitual. Until my way of life feels like those things. My way of life feels content. My way of life feels free. My way of life feels connected. My way of life feels happy. My way of life feels accepting. My way of life feels calm. Because I'm generating all of it through choice in all of these areas. And the more I generate it, the more I become it. And the more I become it, the more my life must reflect it. So this is my commitment. I am free to create whatever internal environment I wish. I am free to make choices that destroy me or build me up and expand me. I am free to explore perspectives which help me solve problems, and create solutions, or create destruction. I am free to interact with myself in ways that are nurturing and comforting, or in ways that abuse me and hurt me. I have immense freedom in how I interact with life. And I am accountable for that. And from this day forth, I choose accountability in ways that strengthen me. I choose to interact in ways that build me up. I choose to pay attention to that which nurtures me and that which hurts me, so that I can continue to make better choices about it. The energy has changed into respect. All of this really is, in a simplistic way, about respecting myself and respecting my life. And prioritizing my well-being in a way that I hadn't thought of quite in this way before. I genuinely do respect life. I genuinely respect my own life. And I'm deeply appreciative of it and want to honor it and feed it in ways that expand it and make it bright and beautiful. So when I'm feeling lost, I contemplate respect. I contemplate my own inner friendship. I contemplate my own gentleness with myself. So that I continue to create a beautiful, respectful foundation for myself to walk upon. And I know that that respectful foundation and relationship with myself will yield wonderful and great things. And serve as an anchor. And it will empower me and invigorate me. and help me have a very clear sense of integrity and uprightness. And from this space, I can offer all of the beautiful things I know I have to offer. And I can move in a way that's free and easy. The energy is changed into self-love. I can see clearly now that the love, the compassion, the gentleness, the nurturing, the friendship that I offer myself roots me and sets the stage for everything else. It sets the stage for how others treat me too. And this connectedness that I feel with myself and with my precious life is my most sacred gift. It's the foundation of everything I experience. And I genuinely am precious. When I look at children, I can see how we're all precious. And we're all just kids inside. Our bodies grow up, but our spirits don't. Our hearts don't. We're always children. And when we allow ourselves to feel love from ourselves, we open a door to feel love from others, to feel love from our great creator, to feel love from our life. We open the door. And it's essential to me to keep this door open. Never close it again. So that I can receive the love that's here for me. So that I can become so full of it that it spills out of me and to everyone else too. And as we all practice this, We're all embodying love, receiving love, emitting love, creating beauty and harmony in this world. Because there isn't any energy stronger than that. There is nothing dark that can take over that kind of power. And that is within our control. And we each can do our part. So I'm about to do mine. Allow yourselves to come back.
How are you all doing?